Merry meet and welcome to Luxe Dragon Queen Magic. I'm Taylor and today is our week ahead pick a card reading. So you'll see that we have 3 piles as usual. Each one has a past life indicator card from our Phoenix cards deck. With that, these are how we review past life. These are more so to let us know what traits of ourselves are coming out in this week and how we can lean more into our personality. With that being said, let's go ahead and pick whichever image is really calling out to you the most, and I will see you at the timestamps below. Alright, pile 1, thank you for being here. If you are here, you chose the Greek painting, where you have a love of reason. So going into this week, you're really going to see your mental capabilities expanding. You're really going to be searching for a higher truth. So whatever that means for you, that is what you're searching for. You probably are really working and focused on a project that not only supports you, but those around you. So I'm really seeing like big ideas coming through, big creative projects. And that's really where your focus is this week so you're not really focusing on relationships. You're kind of alienating some relationships, we're saying, in order to pursue this intelligent ambition. So a lot of ambition also coming through this week for you. So with that, you may be called upon to maybe explore more about Greece and everything that Greece has brought to the modern world. There's quite a bit of history on it, and so there may be something that relates to your current projects and give you a certain spark of inspiration or leads you down a rabbit hole that gives you the clarity that you were needing on a project. So with that, let's go ahead and get a further look into your week. So as always, we have a tarot. All right, we have 8 of Swords. So something important coming out is that you need to not be afraid to express yourself and to ask strange questions. So if you need support in order to continue looking for this higher truth, this is Spirit coming in saying that you have a lot of mental strength, and that sometimes you use that mental strength to hold yourself back too. So this is Spirit coming through stating like, where is your ambition being held back? What is that ambition is what holding you back more so your own thought process and you're actually unlimited in that area, or is there perhaps a different way that you can express where you're wanting to seek your ambition? So this really is Spirit coming in saying it's going to be kind of a mental battle this week for you as you move forward in your search of this higher truth. All right, so let's go ahead. We also have, we're using the Pegasus Oracle to highlight what internally we have to help us on this week coming forward and on this quest that you're on. So we have the golden spirit of Pegasus. So first, I also want to point out that this is associated with the solar plexus, which is the I do of affirmation of our chakras. And so any affirmation that you have this week where you say I do, that's really going to be very supportive for you and really bring it into the external, because that is you essentially training your brain and your body that you are capable of what you want to accomplish. So this is also a blessing from Spirit coming in, reminding you like you are this golden spirit. You are able to move forward in this glorious shining light in order to support those around you. So that keeps coming up for me. So I'm feeling like you might be feeling very alone, but ultimately what you're working on will help those around you and your community if you have any doubt. So again, this week we are seeing a lot of like eye work and a lot of internal work. Spirit is also coming in again saying like you need to trust yourself, trust your internal moral compass more than what those around you are saying. Because a lot of times like the perspective that they have may not be what your true perspective is meant to be. So something I'm also hearing is encouragement of getting multiple opinions and perspectives around you so that you can more clearly define your own. All right, so now these next ones, we have what external spirits or energies are around you supporting you. So these may relate in literal people around you. You may find this literally within a pet, or you may just find this within the relaxation of your home. So whatever this may be, I just encourage you to try to apply it to an external force around you and how you can bring more of that into your week. Okay, so we have healing to start us off. Bless all in need of healing, hope, and love. Spirit, grant us strength and wisdom. Guide us to the path of wellness. So this really is telling me like you yourself are needing essentially a break. So I'm hearing that if you need to take a break from others, and that's where the externalness is coming in, is that you're really wanting to support those around you. This is Spirit coming in saying it's time for those to support you. And for some of you, that may mean being left alone and allowing you to pursue this higher truth. In addition, it may also, something else coming through is that where is this healing space for you? Who gives you back your energy, right? So you are the golden spirit, but who helps you light that golden light, okay? All right, and we have a couple more. So we also have happiness. Immense delight can be found in the smallest of things. Cultivate fluttering moments of joy. So I really am getting, so this is a pile where like you can find healing and happiness in those moments of solitude, just as you can in those moments of group activity. So Spirit is really asking you to find your joy where it lays and not to question where it is. So like I'm hearing like if you find joy by like watching like an online video by watching an online video or maybe joining in on a live chat, then that is perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be so extreme. Like Spirit is not saying, or I'm not saying personally, that these external energies need to be represented by someone else. I'm just really getting like there might be a smothering energy around you, and there's not encouragement to go towards that. It's encouragement for you to go towards what's best for you. Where is your healing? Where is your happiness? Where is your regeneration of energy? Okay. And then our last one, we have metamorphosis. Trust the process and be patient. Becoming cannot be rushed. Change is beautiful. So with this in your coming week, so again, I'm really like, there's a lot of like shifting energy where you yourself, I'm seeing need to come to more acceptance and trusting yourself and understanding in what you are capable of doing. And so this is really more where this card is coming from, is how you're dealing with the external is going to allow you to bring in a little bit more acceptance into who you are, to where it seems like a little bit of a metamorphosis on the external, but it's really just your internal coming out and being able to express itself more in a way that gives you back energy. And yeah, I just keep getting like, if you are as much as you support your own energy through that, you're going to be able to support those around you. I'm also seeing like we might have some healers here who like before you can fill up someone else's cup, your own cup needs to be full. So you need to take care of your own soul. So that's really a message that is kind of coming up this week. So ultimately, I'm seeing that you are such a caring person. And Spirit is saying like even a caring person needs a break and needs time to heal. And especially right now for you, like Spirit is saying like you're going through like this change that you want for yourself is kind of maybe something that you've been wanting for yourself for a while. And so that's maybe why you're struggling right now. Yeah, I'm hearing like maybe logically, like you're like, I should be there, this should be done, like why isn't this there already? And this is Spirit coming in saying like this is just one more week, like be patient, trust the process, and continue on your way. Like your mind is holding you back. It is all more of a mental game this week because you are this golden spirit of Pegasus. You have healing and happiness and metamorphosis all around you. Okay, and then we I know we're getting long on these week ones. Okay, now we also have our mermaid messages as well. I wanted to go ahead and just include all of our magical friends. With that being said, for you, we have miracles coming out big, right? So Spirit, the comment like be patient is coming out, but so miracles coming out for your week ahead is really showing me, oh, okay. So I'm seeing here, you might have certain conversations, like if you express yourself, if you ask maybe that weird question and like essentially trust in that moment, that you will not falter and that you have the strength to carry yourself through, that you will find unexpected miracles. And like it will just ultimately, and that's going to be part of the metamorphosis, is as you interact with these people and kind of share your truth, you're going to be shocked miraculously by how they respond to you and how your energy is accepted. So that's really what I'm seeing through the miracle card today for you. Okay, and then we also have abundance coming out for you. So this is twofold. I'm hearing like an abundance of self. So this week really is like focused on you and where your energy is. So in order to be able to share your own abundance, you yourself need to recognize the abundance that you have already within your life and the abundance of your own soul. Like that is so important. Like this is, it's always great to like be thankful for exactly what you have around your life, but this really is coming more to me from spirit. Like this is spirit saying like be grateful for the experiences you've had in your life, for who you are as a person and how you've gotten there. And like if you really are going to overthink things this week, overthink that. Overthink how grateful you are for the person that you currently are, and rather than trying to rush ahead to where you're going to be. You don't need to shame your past. You learned so much important lessons, and that's why you are who you are today. So this really is coming through to me from spirit. Like this week you're going to be very much focused on your personal development, but it's going to be so great for the whole. Okay, all right, and then finally we just have some dragon cards. Again, what can you just expect this coming week? So we have Mud Dragon, Stagnation. Okay, so we're seeing, we did get be patient, right? This is healing. So a lot of times in order to heal, you kind of have to pause. So you might be feeling stuck in the mud, right? Due to this, but this is spirit, like again, just being grateful for the abundance that you currently have in your life and just waiting for the miracles that are due to you, that you deserve. And then we did have one more come out for you. So we have Fire, Passion, and Creativity. So spirit is saying you can take that stagnation that you're feeling and you will, that's why you're feeling so stagnated, right? It's because you have this passion and creativity that is just bubbling up within you. And spirit is saying that you can put and reinvest that energy into you. So what's something that you haven't done in a long time that's good for you? Like there might be a creative project. I'm hearing like coloring or painting. So it might just have been a really long time that you're just like, this doesn't benefit anyone but me, but I know I'm going to have fun while doing it. And so maybe doing that. I'm going back to, I'm hearing like maybe there might be like a certain like cute little game that you like to play and you're like no one else really likes it and you're like I kind of really like it, so you keep playing it. So maybe something like that. But ultimately this week again is about oh, and fire, something important to note, is the one associated with the solar plexus. So you are really getting into this using your mental space and finding your passion and creativity to propel you forward into the person that you want to be. And that really is what you're going to be experiencing. This is just 1 week, right, guys? So I definitely encourage you to follow the Metamorphosis card and the fact of the being patient. Like, you're not going to be done transforming by the end of this week. Like, this is, if anything, kind of just like a stepping stone among 100, right? It's a lifelong journey, but that's spirit is saying that this is all within you and this, you have everything around you to do this and become this. All right. Now we have our acts of kindness. So these are always just a suggestion, not a command. And also, especially for this week, I encourage you to find a way to apply it to a way for you to be kind to yourself. So we have go for a nature walk and pick up any litter you come across. So this is actually a very good solitude moment, right? This is a way that you're able to be alone while still giving back not only to your community, wherever you're picking up litter, but also to the earth itself, and just thanking it for the abundance that you have in your life and for where you're at. I'm hearing maybe the project or creative or higher truth that you're seeking might have something dealing with the earth. So this is kind of a little offering, a little moment of gratitude. And you know, you can do this once or you can do it multiple times. It really doesn't matter. Just how, whenever you're like, you know, this feels like right, just look on the ground and see if there's something to pick up. This isn't spirit telling you like scan the ground and make it your mission to pick up litter. It's really more like just get out there, go for a walk, and if you see something, pick it up. Why not? Like, it's the smallest effort that makes the world go round. All right. With that, pile one, I am going to thank you for being here, and I hope this really resonated with you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below what really stood out to you. Let us know where you are on your journey. What creative pursuits are you going after? And I will see you next time. Blessed be. Welcome, pile 2. This is your pile if you chose the Asante Sacred Stool. This is the card associated with a child under the sun. So For our pile here, we are really getting some of our leaders or those who have leader qualities. With that being said, these are not necessarily, your energy isn't that of a leader who is out there trying to persuade others to come to their side, to understand how they think. You are more of that gentle, quiet leadership that supports others in their times of need and naturally gives what you have. So we're really just seeing like ultimately, so if you yourself maybe are not a leader within your community or recognize yourself as a leader, Spirit is coming and saying like you chose this card because you do recognize yourself you can recognize yourself as someone who has these qualities of that dignified leader who supports a community at its base. So servant-based leadership might be something to look into in this coming week, and something that maybe will interest you in your pathway moving forward. I'm also seeing for this week that I feel like you're just so practical. And so that's really like coming through this week. You're very practical and you're not thinking of just yourself when you're thinking of these practical plans. So I'm really tuning into the fact of like, this week you probably have been in a very like mental and heart space of serving others. I'm sorry, you will be if you are not currently. So if you haven't already been kind of like within that in your mind and heart, it's going to become a lot more prevalent in this coming week. And so let's go ahead and talk to Spirit a little bit more about what else you can expect. So we have our tarot. So we have the Devil coming out for you. So within this deck especially, like the Devil is never something to fear. It is literally meant to be the personification of fear itself, and the way that we will let external forces limit us due to that fear. I'm hearing like maybe shame within society. So maybe there's I'm hearing you have let others decide your role in society, and that doesn't necessarily agree with you, especially because I'm seeing that you do see the truth of how others' characters are, and they don't align with how you would view that person and that role, and how you necessarily would work with that role. But you've been instead told to kind of, I'm hearing like, be quiet, stay put, stay out of it, this isn't your place. And so that's really coming up this week, is like you're really feeling those irritations because, again, you can identify yourself as a true leader who works for the greatest part of the community, and you are not shy to share your gifts. In fact, that's part of the reason why you're probably so upset and feeling restricted, is that you feel like you have so much more that you can give, and you're not finding a way to express that. So let's go ahead. We have our Pegasus deck. This is going, we're using this today to remind us of what internal aspects we already have that we can shine more during this week. Okay, we have Pegasus of the Sun. Something to note and bring up again is you did choose the stool, which is Child of the Sun. So again, we are coming like, I'm hearing like you can, especially if you connected with, if you're choosing between piles 1 and 2, you definitely want to look into the story of Apollo, and just whatever you find, just explore that story and how it might apply to you, and how you can take that and how that energy is already within you and how you can bring that out. So Spirit is also saying like anything, be sure of yourself, because anything that you are working on this week, you're going to find success. I'm hearing you're going to be so lucky as well. So there's this external world is saying like, no, you can't do these things. You're not going to find success. You're not going to be able to do this. And Spirit is coming and saying, you are the sun, you are the light. I'm hearing those, it may not have been possible for those telling you, but it is possible for you. So whatever you're working on, whatever role and aspect of yourself that you see and you're like, this is meant for me, I just know it is. This is Spirit coming in saying, explore that further. Be that encouraging sunlight. Yes. Okay. And so let's go ahead and take a look into what external energies are going to be around you. So this may come in just literally energies outside of you that could just be represented within relaxing within your home. It also could be literal energies represented in friends and family around you. So take this how it resonates with you. The point is that the internal energy coming from you is that of the Pegasus of the Sun, and then these next few are the ones that are around you externally that you can encourage in your life. Okay, So we have creation. Remember your thoughts, shape your future. Your words create today. Your choices become your reality. So this is Spirit coming in, encouraging you to shape your reality. So the sun coming in saying, like, remember what you're possible of, what you're capable of, because it is greater than those around you, is just what I'm hearing. Maybe you need to hear that too, because you are a humble soul, and that is great. That is fantastic. No one is telling you that you need to go tell people, like, I'm superior to you. In fact, that's probably why you're feeling like really struggling right now, is because you want to give so much, but you feel as if you are inferior because you aren't giving as much as you could, no matter how you would compare that to others. But anyway, so Spirit is coming through with creation. So this is an encouragement from Spirit, asking for you to bring whatever thoughts that you're having into reality, into the external. So this is really like a self-fulfilling card, right? So this is especially right after, it's your first one, right after the internal. So I'm going to lean into that. I'm hearing some of you may have an elderly figure around you who encourages you to take on a creative project, and to go ahead and listen to that, especially since it may just help you with expression and lead you to the next step of getting to where you need to be, to fully stepping into the role that you see for yourself. The other thing that we're coming into this, your words create today, your choices become your reality. This is Spirit again coming in saying, like, don't let others make your choices. Don't let someone else tell you what is meant for you or not meant for you, because you know what is meant for you. Yeah, if you have claircognizant, this is, I definitely would explore looking into that, because that really is coming up strong as a claircognizant or clairsentient. So something that is, both of them involve really internally, like knowing or feeling something with a sureness. So that is really what Spirit is highlighting for you, is to follow those feelings, follow that intuition, trust yourself, trust that you know what is best for you. All right, we have some more. So we have destiny coming through. Acknowledge your mission, align with your purpose. You have gifts to share with the world. Okay, sometimes it's hard to expand on these, right? Because it's just so beautiful how they already come through. And it's really just further confirmation of Spirit saying, yes, you do have gifts to share with the world. Yes, you do know how to do that. And you can move forward in the way that you have. Don't listen to those around you who are telling you that it's not meant for you. This also might be a little bit of a harder message to hear, but those who are telling you, like, this isn't meant for you, one or two things is going to happen. They're either going to see the light that you are shining, or they're going to turn away from it. And that is just maybe something to prepare for in this external world as you are moving forward into creating and becoming this person that you want. And so I'm hearing that that might be like a big internal struggle that you kind of have been facing recently. And that's kind of why this is coming up this week, is that you really have been feeling that restrictedness, but you've let yourself feel restricted because it's been important relationships to you. So this is Spirit reminding you that you can have those important relationships to you, but it is still important for you to shine through and to follow through on what is important, on what feels right for you to do. So again, align with your purpose, follow your destiny. What do you want to create? It is meant to be there. And maybe you're just creating your destiny. That is also a message here too, that just asking, like, you might be like, I have no idea what my destiny is, but I do know what I want to do. Just do that. There you go. That is part of you. You're going to stumble upon your destiny then, because you will somehow have created it yourself. It'll be so interesting. There's so many things about, like, looking back, right? Hindsight is 2020, that you'll just understand the revelations as you were meant to. All right, and then for our final external energy, we have union. You have seen and unseen allies draw upon their strength, join forces with friends, and flourish. So what did I say? Some of those relationships with you, they will be able to turn and see the light within you. And I did hear that you may have a connection around you that is encouraging you already to express yourself in different and unique ways. Something to be said too, the different and unique ways, like, you may be like, I really am not interested in trying this one thing. Spirit is almost encouraging you to open yourself to the idea of that one thing. Maybe say, hey, I'm not really sure about this. Is there something like it that I can maybe try? And they might know, or you yourself might be able to explore further and be like, I found this, let's try this instead. And then The point is that it is just being willing and open to stepping into from the internal into the external and allowing compromise and to essentially seek where you can shine best. So instead of saying just no, openly searching and allowing this energy to come through. And with that, that goes along with this union, right? Because that goes with your unseen allies. However you relate to your spirit guides or angels, this is them saying that you can call upon them, you can meditate with them, and they will give you the answers that you seek, especially if you are confused. They also give you the comfort that you seek and the reassurance that you need. So I'm hearing like something maybe to work on this week is also self-assurance. That is a very important thing to learn in life. I'm personally working on it, writing about it, all the things, right? And so with that being said, Spirit is coming through this week telling you, believe in yourself, you have strength, and when you don't feel strong, you have friends all around you. And then we do have a mermaid message for you. Okay, sorry. I saw it before I put it in front of the camera, which is friendship. So who are you missing? Maybe you need to call someone. Maybe there's someone in your life who I'm hearing, like, best example is like you move to a new town, you going to a new school, you got a new job, and there's someone in your old school, your old town, your old job, your old position that you used to really connect with who like now you haven't really talked to in a while because you've changed locations, positions, however that resonates. And this is Spirit coming through saying like, why don't you talk to them again? They encourage you to get that promotion. They encourage you to make that move in the first place. Why wouldn't they encourage you now when you're feeling low? Why wouldn't they say, of course, here's how you can shine your light. Of course, you are the sun. Of course, you are lucky and fortunate in all the things that you do and put your mind to. You can create your destiny, and you have so many great things that you share with this world already. Like, this is Spirit saying like you can reach out to someone in your external world and find this bit of friendship this week. So definitely very big encouragement coming through for you to remember who you are, shed those who tell you who you aren't, or who decide to place false labels on you, and return to someone who encourages you to share who you are rather than telling you who you are. Okay? And then we just have a couple to finish out our magical friends. We have our dragons. So what else you can expect this week? Wolpertinger, I think is how you pronounce that. Jackrabbit with wings, right? And all is not what it seems. So Spirit is coming through reassuring again that this devil, these external energies, that was our only negative card, right? That is the only thing that is coming through, and it is telling us that you can let that go, that those are going to shed away. However those people feel, that isn't meant for you. Those people telling you like, oh, you like that's not something you can do, that's not something you're capable of, but you're like, I'm pretty sure I would rock this. You will. Believe that. And then finally, we have When Pigs Fly achievement. Okay. There's dragons in this, right? But let's just point out the fact that unexpected winged animals came out. So Spirit is coming through like, you have wings. You are meant to fly. I'm hearing like you're a Pegasus among horses. So of course a horse is going to tell you can't fly. But when you look at your wings, you're like, I'm pretty sure, yes, you can fly. And yes, that means that you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to seek. You're going to have to learn how to figure out that. So something that I like with self-assurance to say is be the first example for yourself. So if you're really like trying to find external confirmation, Spirit is asking you to find the confirmation that you're hard seeking for within yourself, and then find loving support from your friendships. So your ideas, your friends may not fully understand your ideas, but they are meant to support you, okay? So we do have, of course, our acts of kindness. It's just a suggestion, not a command. And I'm feeling like this might be something that will help you connect with your friend, or just help you connect with the light within yourself. So take this however it resonates, and follow through however you need to. Okay, and so we have volunteer. So also something to note about volunteer is that this can also mean volunteering your time and energy, even just for yourself. So even if it's just for your friend, maybe your friend is going through something and you just do a phone call with them, and at the end they're like, man, that really helped me, thank you. And you're like, I called them to feel better, and I do feel better, but I barely said anything. How great is that? So that's just like a simple small example, because I think when we see the word volunteer, we think more often of like big group events and like getting out there, getting organized. And this is just like something small. You may be on a walk and someone may be, sorry, I was thinking, I don't know how much we live in a world where we can do this, but maybe you do, where you're on a walk and someone is putting away their groceries or having a hard time, and you just, with a package, and you like offer, oh, can I help you carry that in? Can I help you do this? Can I help you set it up? All of those things. And then, maybe they did need that. Maybe they were feeling so down and low about their own lack of connections, and this really just helped them and show them that extra bit of kindness. And all you did was just volunteer your time and energy for that moment. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and leave this for you, pile 2. Remember that you are the Pegasus of the sun. We're just going to even cover up that double energy, right? And thank you again for being here. If this resonated with you, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below what you're working on, maybe what you feel like your destiny is. You have some seen and unseen allies here, right? With that, thank you again. 3rd time's the charm. And I will see you next time. Blessed be. All right, pile 3, thank you for being here. If you chose this pile, you chose the Hindu Shiva. This is most often known as the god. So for this, you may want to look up Shiva, and what you find may relate to your own experience this week or the energy that within yourself that you may want to call upon. And then within this, really what we're focusing on within Shiva, we have I create my own system of belief. So Shiva is for what we're focusing on for this week, right? There's so much to be said. Ultimately, for this coming week, we're really seeing that you yourself have a sense of selflessness around you, where you kind of you look for truth in everything. You're not seeking just like one single higher truth. You're almost seeking to be a part of truth always. So you yourself, I'm seeing maybe debate quite often around your own morals, why you believe certain things, and how you do, but not to the point where you would debate outside of yourself. So you will kind of let others to their own devices, but you don't let so you let others to their own devices. You don't necessarily try to save them. You, if asked, you would almost share your knowledge, but you're not asked often is kind of what I'm seeing. And within this, I'm also seeing that you sometimes are prone, especially when you are working within a group or community, prone to taking on how they see themselves, like how they work within themselves and within the world, to where you might take on certain aspects that don't align with you or your true purpose, and almost feel oppressed or forgotten among the haze. So this really is this defining light that you are. So I'm almost saying like when you have to like outline yourself, that is kind of what we're seeing here, is like you're outlining yourself in light to separate your, take this how you will, your darkness from those around you. So everyone is a being made of light and dark, right? Nothing, we're not being negative about or shaming about either side. So with that being said, we had 2 tarot cards come out for you. First, we have the Fool. So I am really getting a sense that you kind of are starting on something new, some new thought processes, some new perspectives that you are wanting to gain. Yeah, I'm seeing like you came across this new idea and you tried it out, and you're trying it out as a part of your person or identity this coming week. And so it's really what you're experiencing. So this is Spirit coming through to reminding you like this is just a step of exploration, which is great. We encourage you to have fun, but just be sure to watch out for before you step off of a cliff. Don't let, if everyone else is jumping off of a bridge, would you do it too? Is kind of the message coming through with Shiva and the Fool card this week. And then in addition, you do have Ava Wands. So again, we're having Spirit come through saying like, no, you can still go ahead and share all these beautiful, bright ideas that you have and move forward ecstatically with them. It's just asking you to kind of be mindful. Okay. Sorry, my camera is freaking out on focus. Okay, sorry. It was freaking out my eyes. Anyways, so yeah, so we have the Eight of Wands coming through, saying like, I'm hearing like you often almost feel like, yeah, like this is your week to be the torchlight emerging from the gray mist, is kind of how this is coming through. And Spirit is saying you may not know exactly how to do that, so just do all of the ideas that you have, because why not let fireworks off is kind of the mentality. Like, why not try all those beautiful right things? Why limit yourself to just one beautiful creative idea that you can have fun with? Yeah, a lot of fun energy coming out, a lot of like encouragement for you, because it seems like maybe you're used to being very serious. Oh, excuse me. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look into what Spirit is having you wanting to recognize internally and to bring out more so. So we have the red Pegasus of Firelight. So we really are getting the imagery that you are a bright burning fire who can share your energy. Also, something with this card is it does in fact relate to the root chakra. So we're getting back to the Fool. This is the first card in this deck as well. So I'm hearing you're normally like a very serious person and very rooted in your foundations and traditions, and something that has come up is this interesting idea that goes against those traditions and foundations that you are accustomed to. And Spirit is coming through stating like, go ahead and try this. And almost if you are like trying to see how you can maybe adapt it to your own traditions, to how you can find respect for both of them, that's why Spirit is encouraging you, like, yes, think out of the box. Go ahead. All those beautiful ideas that you have, go ahead and chase them down. And ultimately, Spirit is saying, like, you do have, your foundations are still solid. You are still there within this earth energy of maturity and practicality. So you get to have fun, is kind of what I'm hearing. Like, you don't have to be always in this moment of stillness. You can be in this moment of light and brightness. I mean, red is a passionate color, and it is the root chakra, right? So I'm hearing definitely if you may want to wear more red this week if you're ever feeling down or feeling discouraged, because this is how you're going to bring more of this energy, this dynamic energy out of you. Because really what we're seeing is like you've held back too long from yourself, and Spirit is just encouraging, like, you have figured it out to where you can share things. And not just share, but adapt and expand upon. There we go, and expand upon. So just like I'm hearing you may have recently accomplished something, and I mean, at the end of the world, we come back to the Fool. So Spirit is saying, like, this is just a natural progression. Maybe you've recently mastered a skill, and maybe you're looking into teaching. Is something coming up, and you're not really used to that because you're used to like letting people to their own devices. Spirit is saying you still can do that. Maybe you have different ideas about what a good teacher looks like. Or what like the next step looks like. And so Spirit, again, just coming in saying like you've gotten the foundations down to where you can go ahead and take these steps confidently moving forward. So next we have what external energies are around you. This still can be energies, just energies with around you. They don't necessarily have to be personified within friends or family. So I just encourage you to, however the message comes across, take it as it resonates and look for it in your external world. So first we have cycles. Okay, before I even read the bottom, the fact that this came up when I was just commenting about the world and the Fool. So we are all becoming. Surrender to your changes. Release your fear. Trust this powerful process. So yes, you are exactly where you need to be. You built up those foundations. You have done it exactly as you are meant to. And so now it may seem like you're at the beginning again, but that is just what the ending looks like. And I'm really getting a lot of excited energy. So Spirit is really encouraging, like, to feel accomplished in what you have already done, and to feel excited about the fact that you get to try something new and expand further into something that you've already developed a loving relationship with, is kind of something that just came across. So there's also maybe for some of you in regards to an actual partnership that maybe you needed to recommit to, or maybe a recommitment to yourself. as well. So definitely take that how it resonates if there's something around your relationship coming through. Yeah, maybe you're like trying to find that like spark again in your relationship, but you guys do have that foundation, and you are there. So yeah, for some of you, this is about a great, beautiful relationship and trusting and recommitting into it, because you both have done the hard work, and it is time to trust it. Especially with Lord Shiva there, because he is also a representative of the divine masculine. So either you yourself are the divine masculine, or you yourself have held the title of divine masculine, and this is spirit coming in saying like you now are able to bring in the fun and like this safe space has been created to where now you can be vulnerable and have fun and creativity again. Okay, so with that, we have reconciliation. Remember the source of love. A loving action is all you need to begin the process. Reach out with a simple first step. Guys, I just love it. The synchronicity of it all. So so maybe for more than just some of you, this actually is very much about a relationship. Also, a relationship with yourself is coming through. So if you're not really seeing healing in your external relationship, okay, because these are external cards, cycles and reconciliation, right? So you may, there is a certain part that you have to reconcile with yourself, to where so much to the point to where if others are saying anything against that, which I'm not seeing that is really the case, but so much to the point that the way that it's shown in the external is that you are caring more for yourself and less than investing in those other relationships. But again, recommitment is coming up. So this is going to be a recommitment to yourself, maybe to that partnership, a recommitment to the foundations that you have already set, because Spirit is saying that those foundations that you set are strong. You started with the root chakra, right? We have a lot of like beginning cards here. A lot of beginning cards that are solidifying that you have completed the initial process and to enjoy these next few steps. Yes. Okay. So we have another external card. So we have a discernment. See the truth of the situation. Use common sense and don't be fooled. Pay attention. Your intuition knows. So do you have some fear around if this is like really working out? If what you're doing really makes sense? If this is a true new start? If this, a lot of times when you're first starting off something, that's also the time when you need to decide if you're going to, again, invest, recommit to this idea. And Spirit is coming through saying like, just trust your intuition. You do know. So there may be some things, as I mentioned, like if you are reconciling the relationship with yourself in the external world, you may notice that other relationships are maybe fading. That's not necessarily bad, because it means that you yourself are enjoying a more holistic relationship with yourself. And then for those of you that this is truly just for an external partner or friendship, this is coming again saying like you have built yourself up enough, right? So coming back to internal, you have built yourself enough, your foundations enough to know what is good and right for you. So if something does not feel right, trust that feeling and move forward. That's why you have the 8 of Wands. So there might be like, you might be feeling a little bit confused, but Spirit is encouraging you to trust your intuition and to just let go of the fear, as you also kind of like let go of any intentions that you've set, because you need to let go of your intentions. You need to let go of your fear in order to see any of it manifest. And this week you're really, you're going to see that. So this is kind of just the first step I'm seeing in a journey of commitment and recommitment. I've talked a little in some of the other piles about what I'm writing, and so it's interesting, like this is also a theme about what I'm writing about. So I just encourage you as well to maybe explore what commitment means to you, and maybe why this step is scaring you. And then we do have a mermaid card coming out. Now, our mermaids especially are very associated with love. So let's see what message comes out for you, but I'm sensing that this is going to be a spirit that you can call upon as whenever you're feeling afraid, and to keep this in mind. So with that being said, what do you have? Go with the flow. So there is a letting go card, right, in this deck, and you did not get that. It did not come out in one of the piles, so it definitely was an available card for you. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because there is a much deeper meaning to going with the flow, because it's not just letting something flow away from you, but it's letting yourself flow away from what doesn't work for you. So, I mean, literally, I would encourage you to work with visualization with this card in the sense of like, if how do you feel about a certain situation? Like, why are you gripping onto it? Something coming through is like, how do you hold on to your foundations and still go with the flow? And Spirit is coming through saying that that means, sorry, I keep saying like a rock where like a gentle river rock that is like smoothed over time from the water as it goes. So the rock, if you think about it, it's being smoothed because it is still going with the flow. It's just so solid that its giant mass cannot move. But if you take it into a much smaller perspective, so something you should practice and look into is how you view yourself as an individual versus the collective. So maybe you're seeing yourself as this big giant rock when in reality you are actually one of the little tiny rocks that breaks off from this stone as it is pushed with the flow. And something that goes along with this metaphor about the journey, right, of going with the flow, is that is one way that sedimentary rocks are made. There's a lot that goes into it, I know, but the point is that those sediments from other rocks form together to build something new. And so that really is coming through from Spirit, like, yeah, you've been part of this really big, strong foundation, and you've learned all that you can, and now you're going with the flow in order to build a new foundation even better. But you yourself had to be solid before you could do that. So you are still that tiny pebble. Even if you are a pebble, you don't need to be the big rock. It is okay to break away from the big rock, and it may seem impossible, but if it is your time to flow, it is your time to flow. Okay, so take that how you will. We do have a couple more magical friend cards for this week. For you, we have the Gold Dragon Wealth. You know, we didn't even like really see like this being an issue this week, and this is Spirit coming and saying, "Ooh, I kind of just heard like if you were concerned about like any like investment, yes, any investment." So this is like, we have literal investments that relate to wealth, but it also relates to like it might be investment in going on that first date again. It might be an investment in therapy counseling. It might be an investment in advertising is kind of coming up. But essentially, this is Spirit coming through saying like, whatever you're afraid of investing in, you can go ahead and move forward in it because it will bring you wealth. So that is what's coming through on this card. Wow. Okay. And then we also have Selkie. So honesty, truth revealed. Okay. So we are, sorry, for you, I am just really seeing like, as you go with the flow, you are going to naturally release any falsehoods that are around you because you're moving away from them. It's just so natural for you and your energy to just move away from them. And so because of that, you're going, only the truth will remain with you. Okay. Only the truth will remain with you. So keep that in mind. Because Spirit also, I'm hearing like rejection is a form of protection. So yeah, very interesting because your week is all about like commitment, right? So maybe there's some things that you're like, I thought this was really meant for me, and you ended up being rejected from it. So Spirit is coming through saying like, that's because it wasn't meant for you. And so Spirit was an external force who jumped in and said, discernment, I'll do this, I'll take this away from you, so that you can continue to go with the flow and be more encouraged to let go when you need to. And so the things that you naturally will turn away from are also those falsehoods. By the end of this week, I would encourage you to review upon your week, see kind of what has fallen away and what has remained true, and find gratitude in the moment for where you've come from this week. Because yeah, I'm really sensing like you were finding wealth in your relationships and in your material world. Like honestly, it's wealth in your relationships too. Like it is there. And we're seeing like just a beautiful, beautiful commitment and honest relationship for you this week. Even though it's scary, it seems scary to you because it seems like it's maybe because there's a couple, it might be for some of you like you're connecting with an old flame, right? And then first, and so it's a little scary, and you're like, I don't know. I don't really know if people change, but you changed, right? Is what we're seeing. And Spirit is also saying that you can trust how you've changed. You're not going to go back into those old patterns, because that's really what fear is coming up there. And that's where your discernment is going to come in. You can trust yourself to be discerning. Because then you might shock yourself when you go with the flow, and you may find that as you invest into these relationships around you, that you're going to find out what really works for you and what doesn't. So this may be like, it may solidify for you, like, yeah, this person was never meant for me. But then you may open your eyes to someone else who is meant for you. And then in addition, something else too, maybe you went through a really bad karmic relationship, and so now you're just trying to find trust in yourself in dating again. And with that, Spirit is coming through. Reconciliation with yourself is number one important. And through that, you're going to be able to find reconciliation with the souls around you that are meant to be a part of you. Because as you go with the flow, you will naturally meet with that sedimentary rock that you're meant to be a part of, right? And so honesty and truth will be revealed. All right, so lastly, for you, pile 3, we have our acts of kindness. These are suggestions, not commands. We actually got 2 for you, so definitely take this however it resonates. I'm sensing that it probably is going to be a good time for you and your connection in order to build up trust and honesty with each other. So our first one we have, make a favorite meal either for yourself or others. Okay, so a nice little fun date night idea, right? Also, there's something to be said about sharing, not just making the meal, because so much goes into that, but also the fact that it's a favorite meal. Like maybe you get to talk about why it's a favorite meal. Oh, I just heard, especially if this is an old flame, that is going to be so important, because it's really going to kind of open up maybe some childhood wounds that have affected your relationships. Okay. Also, maybe that's just something to think about if you're doing it for yourself too, because that's how you're reconciling with yourself. You're just like, why do I love this meal? There might be a sad fact behind it, and that's okay. Like when I was sick, I used to eat cold cereal and milk, because that's what I used to eat when I was sick. And when you think about it, most people are like, wouldn't you want like a homemade meal? And I'm like, that technically was a homemade meal for me at that time in my life. But however it is, I still look at cereal with joy, you know? So just things to recognize about yourself and why you like it. I just heard like that's probably something that you had to do with in your relationship and the relationships that you have moving forward, is like, why are we in this relationship? How do we talk to each other? And do I care for it? And with that being said, we do have one more for you. So we have leave a positive note where you or many people can see it. So interesting. I was just talking about like communication in our relationships when pulling this, because the idea that comes to me for this is maybe in your relationship, you and your partner, or this person that you were connecting with or trying to reconnect with, didn't speak kindly to each other. And maybe that's where this mistrust has come from, is there's a mistrust in your communication. And so you don't want that to come up between yourself again. Like you don't want to mistrust anything that you say again. So this is kind of Spirit coming in saying like, maybe just start leaving positive notes back and forth to each other. Like, hey, hope you have a good day. Or like, remember that your smile is lovely. Or maybe there's some deeper things that you guys need to talk about, like maybe something that comes up from that childhood meal, and you're like, yeah, that kind of was something my parents said to me that really hurts. And like, so your partner the next day like leaves you a note that is a positive affirmation compared to that. And you know, just like small little healing moments like that also heals your relationship. So we're gonna go ahead, I folded this one up, whoops, and we will leave that there for you, pile 3. I hope this resonated with you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below what you're going through. Let us know how your reunions are going. Maybe let us know what you're investing in, you know, share the wealth. Just kidding. But I still appreciate you for being here, and I wish you the utmost love and support this coming week. And I will see you next time. Blessed be, pile 3.